As KVK3 draws to its end, it is my solemn duty to inform you all that for the first time in this kingdom's history, we tasted the bitter pill of defeat. I'm a bad luck charm, I'm aware of that. I thought we'd have lost last one with me here, but alas, my luck held out a little bit longer. Let's go into why we lost, how we lost, and more importantly, who we lost to. Listen, I'm not here to make excuses for why we lost. But that being said, a few points I just wanted to mention. Number one, we didn't even want to win. You think we wanted to win? We didn't even want to win. Don't care. Not bothered. Not bothered one iota. Am I bothered? Not at all. Not a jot, sir. Number two, these aren't even our mains. All of these accounts now, not our mains. Number three, I've just written Rishi Sunak. Not sure where that is. Number four, there was a DDoS attack launched against us, and specifically us, so we all couldn't log on, something along those lines. Number five, our armaments didn't work, so something for Rock to look into. That armaments just didn't work. I had proof, but I've lost it, but it was proof of the armaments not working. Number five, sorry, I've just written society. So society's to blame, and in many ways society's to blame for a lot of things, albeit not for this KVK. Of course, we must not make excuses. We lost fairly. So I made about 17 predictions, which is good because one of them came true. And it looks like I'm a genius. Instead, I just made 17 predictions, and of course one of them came true. So I streamed the bulk of the fighting, and then I got tired because I'm very old, despite this creepy looking moustache. I'm generally starting to look like the person my mom scared me by talking about if I didn't behave as a child. Anyway, so as I predicted, Kingsland opened and we started with a fell swoop. We didn't lock 94 as quickly as I thought we would. It took us about 6 hours, I think. We finally got them there. 3 were battling fantastically against 16. They had them here. 20 would listen. 20, I've said it before, 20 hasn't got much strength comparatively, and I thought they did a very good job. They held their corner of Kingsland for about 8 hours. They did a fine job. I don't think 07 knew it was Kingsland, which is fine. It was Mightiest Governor at the same time, so obviously they had their mind on the Mightiest Governor event, which is completely understandable. Why fight in Kingsland when you can get Mightiest Governor event? So their 13.5-minute foray into Kingsland ended when their Jadwiga garrison got smashed, and that was kind of it for them, really. But, you know, they had a good try. I think the Mightiest Governor roster was maintained perfectly, and in many ways, that's all that matters. So sadly, us and our allies 3 held this side of the map. 8 and 90, who fought really well, I must say, and 8 did. 8 were very, very good, I must say that. Held this side of the map. It looked like we were going to do it. I went to sleep when we were burning 8 flags about here, 94 were up here, and I thought as soon as 7 come online, we've got this. They'll have pincer attack 8. Job's a good one, good game. See you at the ziggurat. Pims and lemonade, my friends. Didn't go down like that, sadly. So again, it's not their fault. It was Mightiest Governor. They didn't know it was Kingsland. Things were going down at the moment. I don't know, one of their dogs had got ill. So obviously they weren't fighting because of the aforementioned dogs, MG reason. So they were on a good... I think they were dueling, actually, in here at the same... No, they were zeroing their own players. Good performance from 7, I must say. Fantastic performance. So, alas, their push didn't come. We're still waiting to this day for their push. Don't you worry, their push will come. So, 8 who were... We were holding against 94 and 8 particularly well, but as I understand it, sadly 90 came up, and 2v1 was doable. 3v1 was GG's, my friend. So, we lost, and we lost well in the end. I thought, although we locked 94 really... Well, not really quickly, but within a few hours, I thought what they did particularly well was just be really annoying. Like, even though they were back behind here and had no flags, they just kept building. They just kept building a new flag here, building a new flag here, being enough of a distraction. So while we were fighting 8, kind of had to go back over here, fight them, come back to 8. And eventually it really did take its toll when 3, who did a fantastic job, couldn't hold on for any longer. 90 and 16 came up. And alas, our foray into Kingsland was over. It was I must say, despite all the vituperative comments that people from all sides, has been a really toxic KVK. It's really bizarre to me. Because we should all just be friends, hold each other, and play smash or pass with commanders. That's the most important thing. That's excuse number 7. Some people were playing smash or pass with commanders while the fighting was happening. Admittedly, it was me. But I'm on the team. I'm counted as part of the team. Anyway, I've lost what I was saying. We lost the 3v1. Good game to 8. 94 particularly annoying and just kept making nuisance of themselves, which was the best they could do at that time. And 8 did really well, I thought. The trades against 8 were really quite... well, a lot worse than ones we're getting against 94. I think they've got some very strong players in 8. They were my pick of the kingdoms. So we had that, and then a few days later we had the pass opening invasion. I'll share some reports with you. We were holding off a triple rally. Oh, some mad reports. It was mad trying to get anything in there. Let's say them to favourites. Some particularly good ones. I'll just go through them quickly. There's a lot of counter rallies. It was great. There was a rally, a counter rally, a counter to the counter rally. At one point, I swear we had a counter rally to the counter rally, which was counter rallying the counter rally. It was an English student's wet dream. There's some particularly great trades when we started using archers against their rallies. Also, the counter rally was really interestingly positioned. Some of them just couldn't be hit by the opponent's counter rally, so they just lasted for ages. Like, have you ever seen a counter rally last for 20 minutes before on a pass? I haven't. The actual pass attacks itself, the 3v1, there were some mad reports going on in here. Lots of dead each side, but that's what you play the game for, right? Another counter rally there. Counter rally there. This is when our garrison died and we just held on. Another big old rally here. And then, I don't know what that is. But in the end, our resistance counted for nothing. We must congratulate the winners. We must make our excuses, lick our wounds, and come back for the next one. Well, that's kind of the big picture of what happened. I wanted to talk more about my account as well, because no one cares about anyone else apart from me, especially not me or my family. So let me have a little drink and come back into talking about my account and what the plan is, because I'm kind of thinking what the long-term plan here is for this. Oh no, the flag. Anyway, I'm back in 2 ticks of a boo. Drink acquired. Let's go. So in terms of my personal performance, I think I started on about 110 million kill points. Basically, I finally got to fight. It's been a long time since I finally had a fight. So for me, the KVK was great. It was my favourite KVK 3 ever. Things actually happened. We didn't have a 14-minute Kingsland. Zone invasions were good. It was just good. I enjoyed it. In terms of how I did, I managed to get 9.5 mil kills or 7 wounds. I'm not going to bother doing tier 1 trades to get the rest. We've still got 11 days left. Still got some pass openings, which I'll join in for, obviously. But in my mind, it's done now. Let's just move on to KVK 4 because that's when the fun really starts. So we got 9.5 million of those. We got all the honor points we need. We're not going to get victory in that. There's not great rewards for this. The Scholas's lucky coin is one of those things from yesteryear. It'd be nice to get this one, but alas, we will live. One of the things from yesteryear. Do anyone remember back in the day where the coin was really good, but now with the ring and the horn, the fact that it cost 120 materials to forge the coin or the eternal pendant or the drums or the dagger is good. And also the same to forge the ring and the horn, which are really easy to get blueprints for in Season of Conquest. They're kind of trash equipment now. I think I have like 8 of them on my main, which I've never planned to use. And of course I can't buy the bundle here. So that's how it looks. I haven't actually looked at these for a while. Kingdom Honor, yeah, we don't really get much for this. The one you want to get is Alliance Honor. But alas, we will not be getting that. The 20 heads rip, we will get 5 heads, I presume. It's still better than nothing. Individually, that's fine. We just need to get 120k honor for the maximum points. Delighted to have done so. So we get some rewards. So apparently it's more than gems in just an hour's time, which is going to be interesting for me because I don't know if I'm going to partake in it as I usually do. So I've been streaming a lot. If you want to see everything that's happened in this KVK, I've basically streamed most of the big fights. So feel free to go back. Some of them are big old ones as well. 7.5 hour ones. I had to sleep for a week after that one. I'm old, etc., etc., been through this. So we actually got to VIP 14, most of it thanks to the generosity of gold chest buys in the kingdom. I did put 10,000 gems into it just to make sure that for Kingsland I had the extra unit capacity, and of course the material production speed doesn't hurt. And of course the big one, 3 legendary commander sculptures a day. So I'm now up to the princely total of, wait for it, 332 legendary commanders. So I'm basically halfway to big Zhuge Liang, who is coming out finally in 4 days time. It's Tuesday, it's Friday night now, so 4 days time. I must say, on a personal note, fighting a KVK as an archer player, KVK 3, when we are now, how long left? 11 days left, and the best archer commander available to me is basically Thutmose. I did do a quick fight with Thutmose out of pure curiosity. For those who are wondering, Thutmose no relic, don't do too well. We've got plenty of future in the Archer March once Zhuge Liang comes out. So I'm just gonna expertise him as soon as I can. All my heads are gonna go in there. I know there's a lot to be said for having 2 5-5-5-1 commanders, like two marches of 5-5-5-1 commanders, and it's probably better, but I like legendary. I like maxing commanders. I don't know why. I just really, well, I do know why, because they're stronger. That was a stupid thing to say. They're just a lot better, aren't they? In the long term, having a Huo Qubing max, I mean, it's proven itself in this KVK. It really, really overperformed considering the set. I mean, this wasn't crit until yesterday, I think. So considering this set, which is okay, the armors I think are pretty good. Yeah, they're okay. There's a lot of these things. I think there's a barbarian killing one. Yeah, 7.5% extra damage to barbarians obviously helps to get a nice little double relic. I'm not gonna lie, but I think we did quite well considering we used them. Like, I basically had to pivot into cavalry completely, fighting with Huo YSG, and that brings me on to the future. So I'm going to do Zhuge Liang. I'm going to pair Zhuge Liang with YSG, and for the interim, probably Huo with Ethel. The only other consideration is Mehmed, but alas, poor free-to-play players like my good self do not have big Mehmeds. Once Mehmed gets to 5-5-1-1 and gets a double relic, he's my next project, it will be usable. Until then, yeah, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. So I suppose point one is advise me. I'm definitely going for Zhuge Liang. I'm a big Zug fan. He's ridiculously good. I know Herman's excellent as well, but as much as I want to get Zug and Herman, I'm acutely aware that I've got this lovely YSG who is, let's say Zug and Herman is 10 out of 10. YSG is a 6 out of 10. Obviously not as good. We know this. But, you know, the fallacy of sunk costs notwithstanding, I've invested the heads into him. He's still good to have as a secondary commander for a long time. Like, maybe in KVK 5 and 6 he becomes a bit, maybe not useless, but less useful. But he's still absolutely fine with a double relic. So I want to get my Zug YSG for a good while, which makes me think, Huo Ethel's not a good march, is it? What should I do with Huo? What should I do in general? Brings me on to the next point. What do I do in general? So I enjoyed this KVK. We did some good stuff in it. Personally, I doubled my kill points, which is absolutely fine. It's nice to be able to finally fight. Damn you, 3259 once more. Oh, no, not the runes. I can't be arsed. I'm finishing this. Let's have a quick look. Please just be one person. Oh, good, perfect. No need to go there. So I'm thinking what the end goal is for this account. Like, we're 346 days in now. I've had a bloody blast. I've loved it so far. I'm going to carry on playing. There's no chance of me saying, well, we've done it, complete the game, got to VIP 14. I mean, what have we got? We've got this account. We've got our 2 farms with it, which are going to stay at this power forever. I mean, we're a little lower on resources than I'd like to be after the fighting, but that's what happens. Oh, I should probably go into the deads as well. Took 361k deads. I wish I could have taken more, but it was so difficult to join the rallies, especially the archer rallies. And whilst this doesn't go in the jokey excuse thing, the lag when you are fighting in Kingsland with 8 active kingdoms, oh my god, it's ridiculous. This is a decent machine. The amount of times you watched the stream, the amount of times I had to restart it was maddening. Absolutely maddening. So in terms of troops, we're down to this many now, which is absolutely fine. We basically, all I ever need in this account is 400k troops of every troop type. So yeah, we'll just upgrade these. Got plenty to kill next KVK. I lost a lot of infantry this time, but they're very much my the red-headed stepchild of my marches. As I don't plan on doing anything then for a long time. But anyway, back to the question: what do we do? Do we carry on as a KVK4? Well, I presume we do. The rewards once you go into Season of Conquest are a lot better in general, and it's more fun. I like Season of Conquest. The big problem, of course, when you're playing free to play, you either have to do what 12 PvP does, and fair play to him, it's hard. I do it on my main account. I grind barbs like nothing you've ever seen on that account, and I could conceivably do it here as well. I have a lot of it. I think I've got 500k AP. Yeah, I've got plenty of AP. I've got enough to grind barbs. I've got enough to have one really good KVK4. As long as I put in the effort, we'll have one really good KVK4 where we can probably hit 50, 60 million crystals, which is enough to be relatively strong. However, what do we do after that? Because I can't do that every KVK. I'll run out of AP. I don't really know what the solution is to that. I don't know if we have to go back to KVK2 like 10 times. I don't necessarily want to do that, but I'm acutely aware that fighting as a free-to-play in KVK4 onwards is difficult in 2 and 3. But once you introduced Crystal Tech into the mix, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that as much as I'm looking forward to the experience of the KVK4 and 5, etc. But let me know what you'd recommend. If anyone's done the free-to-play challenge before, I know 12 PvP is absolutely smashes the grinding in the Season of Conquest. I'm just curious how he manages to do it and retain enough AP points to be able to do it again the next KVK. Because, okay, 500k probably is KVK 4 and 5. We can grind barbarians all day long, and obviously I've prepared for that by having Quo, it'll be Quo YSG and Richard Zug as the 2 marches. So we have 2 big barbarian grinding marches. It's a lot of time, I'll admit that, and yeah, time is money. Well, not for me, but in general, time is a finite resource, right? We all have a limited amount of time on this planet. And if I'm on my deathbed thinking, I wish I'd have ground a few more barbarians with Zug, I probably won't have lived the life I wanted to have lived. So we've kind of got a question for ourselves after KVK4. Do we stay and just keep going forward down the KVK rabbit hole, get some more rings and horns and slowly get stronger? Or do we go back to KVK2 and do what so many people do and just work on our kill points, work on getting more materials, getting more legendary commander sculptures? As I've said frequently with this series, there's 2 ways of getting ahead in Rock. Number 1, money. It's a really good way of getting ahead. Number 2, time. If you look at my material, like I've got 6 pieces of legendary armor, or whatever you call it. Say my account was 4 years old, I'd probably have 25. Just something you get through playing for longer. You get more resources, you pick up more stuff, you get more kill points, your accounts get stronger. You get theoretically stronger commanders, although a lot of them become obsolete. Anyway, I'll leave that open to everyone because I'm on the fence about what to do right now. I suppose the question is what's more interesting to people watching this series, because there's no point me just doing something that's fun for me and everyone's like, okay, done it now, bored. So do you think we should look to go back to KVK2 at some point, or stay here and smash it and hopefully get some more stars and get, I wouldn't say revenge, but right the wrongs of this KVK? Let me know in the comments. Finally, the last thing I want to end on as the takeaways of this KVK. Number 1, whatever your power is, 3v1 is really hard. When you've got 3 murder balls against you, when you've got 3 coming at you from 3 sides, it's bloody hard. I didn't realise quite how hard it was until this. Second point is that Eleanor of Aquitaine is an amazing garrison. I don't think I saved the reports, but our rallies against Eleanor Heraclius were doing nothing. And these were the rallies from big old Ainzi, the guy who's trading like this against we're getting Nevsky Jones, not particularly good rally, so it's not the best example. Okay, Nevsky Justinian is perhaps a better example. These are trading 4-1 against Nevsky Justinian. Once you put Eleanor Heraclius in it, oh my god, so do not sleep on Eleanor. Eleanor overperformed massively from what I saw this KVK. Anyway, that's kind of a by your leave, and we shall end it there. Thanks for watching, my friends. I hope you can revel in my failure or enjoy it, depending on the position you take. Hope no one takes these things too seriously. It's all a bit of fun. Please do feel free to join me on stream. I promise I will play Smash or Pass with commanders. We'll get pairings. We'll get a league system going. It'll be wonderful. We'll get a ladder. Anyway, until next time, my friends, leave a comment. Let me know what you think I should do with the video series. Please feel free to check out the live streams. I shall have another drink, stop talking, hope it's recording. It is. And see you next time. Ciao for now. Sorry about the moustache.